Alright guys, iPhone 11 and especially the iPhone 11 Max. Fantastic smartphones, and they're actually one of the best choices in my opinion to be for 2019. Now, one of the biggest reasons why that the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Max is such a big deal right now is simply because the overall design, which we'll be getting into, and also the overall power of the smartphone. It's getting an amazing Geekbench score. The A13 chip will be the best and fastest chip in 2019 and maybe even 2020. It pretty much outcompetes the Snapdragon 855 and the new Exynos chip by Samsung, along with a new current chip by Huawei. So you kind of get the idea. iPhones every year, when they launch, they are a big deal. It's not a small little event. It's a huge event with millions of people watching. And right now, we just got a bunch of fresh leaks on the iPhone 11 Max and the 11 clone hands-on video, which shows you everything about the overall smartphone. Keep in mind that this is simply a clone, but of course this hands-on look will give us a much better idea of what's going on with the latest iPhones. So there's still a few months left to go before Apple announces its 3 new models of its 2019 lineup. People are pretty excited, and we all know that's getting a giant camera module on the very back, which will be hosting 3 different sensors, 2 different flashes, and also different capabilities, along with 3 amazing and giant lenses on the very back. So you can see there is this YouTube channel which pretty much shows off the iPhone 11 Max. It's pretty cool actually. And the hands-on video appears to have originated from China, as the YouTube channel Amazing Boxing has left a number whose country code region belongs to the same country. So it certainly looks like a small scale manufacturer probably really wants to show off the upcoming iPhones and just wanted to have some fun by making a clone that's actually really accurate. The video clip pretty much shows you it has 3 different colors: gold, silver, and black, which pretty much will be the actual colors of the luxury smartphones coming out by Apple. The device shows 3 cameras on the very back on the top of a square bulge, just like all the rumors that we have seen. It's about a 1 to 3 millimeter bump. It's kind of big, and it's a major bummer since I like my smartphones to be totally flat. But of course, it seems to be running on some sort of a modified version of Android, which is kind of weird. But keep in mind that this is a clone, and they've actually made a pretty good job of it. Overall, it looks very similar to our current iPhone XS Max, which you get like the notch on the very top. The sides are made out of stainless steel, and you do get in front and back glass design. So it's pretty cool, and look wise, it seems like everything is on point. For example, Apple will be planning on 3 different colors, and they pretty much nailed it all. And leaks and rumors are pointing to a 5.8 to 6.5 inch design, which is perfect in your hand, and that looks like the exact same dimensions. Now, Apple is also expected to be launching other new iPhones in September, including the iPhone 11R, which is pretty exciting in my opinion. So if we keep looking at the overall video, you can see the ports are pretty much what we expected. You're not getting that 3.5mm headphone jack. That sucks. You probably will be getting a Lightning or USB, I'm not really sure, but simply look at the glass back. Super shiny, super pretty, and absolutely stunning. That triple lens camera is big, but it does look aesthetically pleasing. It's overall really compact, and with a lot of companies are probably copying what Apple is doing. So one unique thing is the mute switch. It's a little bit weird, and it actually goes up and down instead of your usual sideways. But of course, other major improvements of the overall smartphone is you're most likely getting a slightly thinner body, and you will be getting a much glossier feel. Now, you probably can't really tell a difference of the iPhone 11 simply looking at the front panel, but you could definitely tell a difference if you look at the overall back. So, in my opinion, I'll definitely be upgrading to the new iPhone 11 since it really does look fantastic. It's really fresh, and one big thing is Apple isn't shrinking the overall notch, which is one of the biggest things that I really hate. Also, if you're looking for cases for the iPhone 11, you're actually in the right time. Right now, the case maker Ghost Tech, who was one of the biggest case makers out there, just launched their brand new iPhone 11 design case, and they're up for pre-order. You can actually go to the website and buy it. So, Ghost Tech, it's actually a big smartphone case company, and they get schematics for other major smartphone companies, and this is why I can magically pre-order a phone and buy the overall case at the same time. It's not a coincidence. So you can see in this image, you get the wireless power share. Two of the smartphones on top of each other. You also get to see the overall cases in red and black. Most important thing is you will be getting some sort of a wireless power share. This is the whole reason why Apple killed off the AirPower. Why would you ever get AirPower when your smartphone is the wireless charging mat? That makes more sense. And also, this case looks really cool. That mute switch is really weird, and also the side buttons are exactly the same. The power button is slightly lower than before, mostly because most people like to use Siri, and it's actually kind of difficult for me to stretch my thumb all the way up 2/3 of the smartphone on the iPhone XS Max. It's kind of crazy, and it's kind of nice that Apple also put that into consideration. And as you can see in the pictures, the triple lens camera, it's really controversial. People call it the stovetop camera, which I don't blame them because it does look like a stove where you cook stuff on it. But of course, there's a bunch of insults going on. Still a fantastic looking smartphone. If you want to try it out, you definitely can. And I really do have a feeling that it probably will be selling really well. Apple devices seems to always sell out every time in pre-orders, so I'm actually getting pretty excited to see what Apple is doing. So Apple, everything is getting pretty nice, but you want to talk about the release date and the pricing because that's probably what everyone is really thinking about. So release date is most likely sometime in September, and one of the biggest reasons why is if you look at Evan Blass's tweet, you can see he says that he got the Verizon roadmap, and it shows the iPhone 11 launching in September, which is the usual date. Now, we're literally just 2 months away from Apple's expected announcement, and since WWDC has come and gone, the September iPhone 11 event is the next thing on the horizon. People are actually checking this thing on their calendar. So when will Apple announce the iPhone 11? So Apple generally hosts press events every September. These events are used as a major opportunity for Apple to announce its latest iPhones, the iOS 13 software, and alongside with the Apple Watch Series 5, which personally I will buy and review. I'm actually real excited for the watch. I'm a big fan of smartwatches and even smart glasses. Alright, so we may be seeing Apple launching it sometime in September 7th, September 9th, or most likely September 12th, which was pretty consistent in the last two launch dates. Alright, so price-wise, it's going to be pretty expensive. If you look at TechWalls, which pretty much published an article talking about the prices of smartphones, Apple is actually one of the companies who has the highest profit margins. They usually have about a 10% higher profit margin than Android smartphone companies out there, and this is why everyone pretty much talks about why Apple is so pricey. Now, with Apple adding in the triple lens camera, adding in a bunch of new features, the A13 chip is getting more expensive every single year. Everything is getting pricey, so you probably will be expecting the starting price of the regular iPhone 11 5.8-inch smartphone of $1,099, $100 more than the original starting price of the iPhone XS. Now, it probably will go all the way up to $1,500 for the maxed out half a terabyte or 1 terabyte model. Apple keeps a lot of things in secret, so this is honestly all we know. Case leaks are getting more and more common, and once again, if you really want to be that guy who gets the case before the smartphone, feel free to go to Ghost Tech's website and check out what they have to offer, because honestly, it really does look pretty cool. But nevertheless, Apple's event is coming quicker and quicker, and fall is approaching, summer is ending, and there's a bunch of smartphones coming out this fall and winter. Huge competition. This year's 2019 quarter 3 smartphones will be an absolute blast to look at and review. A lot of people are going to be shopping for smartphones. Christmas will be coming, Thanksgiving, everything will be great. So definitely this year is one of the biggest smartphone years I have ever seen. So thanks for watching, and comment below, would you be getting the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 11 Max, or maybe both?